Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, across country, around the world. Welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. This is going to be episode 7 of the career playthrough, heavily modified. We've just upgraded the tracking station and the mission control, and we're going to send a satellite into geostationary orbit. It's like geostationary on Earth, although it's not geostationary, but here on Kerbin, and it needs to be over this spot here. So what I do, which isn't, I'm not SpaceX, I'm not NASA, so I fudge it. Let's turn those on. Yeah, none. I kind of fudge it. I launch it up just into an orbit, and then I stretch it out to where the apoapsis is touching the blue line out here, and then just kind of let it orbit around, and hopefully I line up with the space, the designated landmark right underneath me. Burn prograde to stretch it out to a circularized, there it is, a circular orbit, and hopefully that does it. I've actually done that once before. Well, I've done it a few times, but I actually recorded this mission once already because, again, the video didn't record that time, boo-hoo. Then I had to redo 6 a few times because of microphone issues. But because I already did it, and even though this is a quick save in the past, kind of, excuse me, the satellite is actually already built. Actually loaded. It is the, what is it? Periapsis Keosat. Yes. So it's largely the same launch vehicle as the other one, just a few different parts inside. The fairing is so huge because I have to have a satellite. I could use the USI or the universal size one, but I already have the Science Junior. Sticking the other one in there, it just no. So I stuck it on the side. It looks kind of funny, but it works. Oh yeah, I was curious. Ejection force. No, let's put it like 125. Otherwise, they blow away. I kind of wanted to not do that. But yes, otherwise, fairly similar performance. Same type of staging as the last one. Outer 2 swivels. Launch. Eject those, center swivel, fairing, separate that, and then a Pomeranian. And we are still at 29 out of 30, so I can't add these. I don't have the money to upgrade the VAB yet. After this, I will. It's a bit more expensive than the last one because this guy is 4,000, so that's what you kind of slap on the side instead of the thermometer. All right, so, and there it is. We're going to launch this guy up into a geostationary orbit. Go away. So, nice thing about this, we don't have to worry about a collinear orbit. We can go straight equatorial, and it just makes life just a smidgen or a lot easier. T, Z, although we'll probably pull back on that just a little bit in a moment. And here we go. Good. So again, a little fast out of the gate. We're going to pull back just a little bit. Ideally, at least my point of view, you want 1,000 meters, 1 kilometer, when you hit about 100 meters per second. So if this 59, 60, if that stays roughly comparable, it's doing all right. And here we come. We're a little higher, but still, there's 100 meters per, 100 meters per second. We're gonna tip over. This nose cone is just a bit bigger. It's gonna be a bit more of an aerodynamic struggle. So we want to keep it pretty much in the prograde marker there, so we're not hitting too sideways and getting too funny. Okay, good. So now we can lock prograde and just let it continue on a normal-ish equatorial gravity turn. Yeah, I really like this ship with these rockets on the side. It looks cool. Eventually, or hopefully pretty soon, you get asparagus staging, and you can fire all of these, and it feeds into this, so when these guys dump, this is still full because it was dumping fuel in there. Oop, and there we go. Stage and launch. And unfortunately, those guys are going to go bye-bye. I can't save them because I don't have parachutes. Boo-hoo. All right, so we're good, approaching 45, and we're approaching 15, so that's pretty much spot on where you want to be. And we're going up. Our apoapsis is climbing. Our timed apoapsis is climbing. Ah, yes. So now, see how it's red? That's the trajectories mod. And now that I have flight planning and patched conics, that's there. Ooh, sweet. And I can do other things like that. I can do warp to here, app maneuvers. We'll play with maneuver nodes for this, actually. Perhaps. Maybe not. I've done it before. I've actually done a flyby of the moon and Minmus, I think, without maneuver planner or patched conics. It's doable, but it's just nicer to have those tools. All right, so we are, yeah, this could be a fairly, oh, we just hit orbital prograde. This will be a fairly flat insertion. Good, we are going to escape the atmosphere. That's where it goes white here. The red is where it hits atmosphere, and it projects where you're going to go. It's kind of a nice mod. It shows you where you expect to land. Good. And again, we're going to go up pretty high with this because it is going to be, you know, it's out there at a geostationary altitude. So we're going to let the apoapsis climb up fairly high. It's not going to hurt us at all. I think we'll be a degree or two off. Looks like we're a little southward facing, maybe. Ooh, sorry, I tapped the pop guard there. And we can probably, well, we'll let it. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. We can fix it at the apoapsis. We're gonna go up pretty high. We'll be just fine, just peachy, just fine and dandy. Good, 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 good. And now, aha! So here, let's try maneuver node. So, add maneuver, and you get up this little widget here. There we go. Focus on the planet. Sorry. You get this little widget here that lets you do things. So you got prograde, retrograde, normal, anti-normal, radial in, radial out. So at this point, we would be burning prograde. So we're going to that way until our periapsis is out of the atmosphere. We're going to go ahead and put it at like 100. Is that what that is? Oh, 126. Yeah, something like that. And we can see it's going to take 227 meters per second of delta V. It's an estimated burn of 6 seconds. We have 17.6 seconds, so that's fine. You want to do your burn split on the node that's coming up in 14 minutes and so many seconds. So at 3 seconds, you hit the go juice, and you're facing prograde. Fortunately, our probe can do that for us. I have the better burn time mods that gives us a bit more of a countdown to it. I don't have that yet. So we can, before a time warp, before we play with these things, quick save, and then we can warp to next maneuver, and that'll send us up, 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 and away. Oh, except that, cancel. Because we are in space, we can get rid of that, and we need to extend the antennas. I mean, we don't need to, but it's good practice. What we need to extend is the solar panels before this thing runs out of juice. I don't think it was going to, but better safe than sorry. Where were we? Oh yeah, we had plenty of charge. Anyway, oh yeah, this little blue marker, that's the maneuver node. It's coming up in 4 minutes, but it's going to be prograde. I know that because that's, you know, what I set it up to. So okay, warp to next maneuver. And you can see prograde and the maneuver will line up. We're going to roll to prograde. We'll keep, you know, orbiting around a little bit. 52, so again, 5 second burn, maybe. Oh, because we dropped whoop, yeah. I was a little behind it, but that's okay, because we're just getting into orbit. Boom. You know, you can press a little more, but don't need to. Good, so we are now in a safe orbit. We're not going to go anywhere. So, like I said, my method for geostationary isn't necessarily the best, but it's doable. How are we off? We're off by 2 degrees. Okay. At the periapsis here, I'm going to extend the apoapsis out to 2,800,000 blah, blah, blah in altitude. So here, again, at maneuver, boop, prograde. Whoa, okay, too much, bit too much. There we go. That's better, so that the apoapsis here is set at 289, 286. I want it to be 286. Close enough. There. So again, 387 meters per second. We have 626 stitch in 24 minutes. So again, quick save. Oh yeah, and this is showing up as a relay, but it's not. It is a probe. Rename probe. Accept. Good. So we have that coming up in a bit. 24 minutes to be exact. But we can do the same thing. Warp to next maneuver. It'll get us close-ish within 40 seconds or so. 8-second burns. That's 4 seconds on either side. It's going to, again, just be a prograde burn. That's really easy. There we are, counting down from a minute. Rotate it around, get lined up. And again, prograde and maneuver node are pretty well lined up. It'll make life really, really easy. Time warp just a little more. Down to about 20. There we go. So again, 8 seconds. Split on either side is 4 seconds. And this will give us 3, 2, 1, burn. And cut it. Goodbye. Excellent. There we go. So our apoapsis should be 2.85, 2.86. That's pretty good. We can actually give it just a little... Oop. Shoot. 0.88. Not what I wanted. Instead of clicking to add it, I clicked and rotated a little bit, so it mucked me up just a smidgen. I'm going to get this altitude just about as close as we can. There we go. Good. So there's that. So now we just let a few rotations go around and see how things work out. I think last time I did this, it took a while. Oh, right. Actually, we have an inclination of 2 degrees to change. Okay. So at the point where we cross between the two, about here-ish, we want to rotate up through the descending node, I think. Yes. Yes. So let us warp to there. That's good. And then we're going to point normal. Come on. And, oh, good, I found it. I believe we want to point normal. Oop. -2. -1. Come on. 0. Excellent. So now we are on the nice, clean equatorial line. We're matched. That just makes life a bit easier. So right now we're sympathetic with the location. We're pretty much right on top of it. So, of course, we're going to orbit faster than the planet is going to... or at a different speed from which the planet is going to spin. So, let's see what happens here. Actually, really quick. Oh, we are not over it. We're this one, not that one. Doi. But we're going to quick save. So it's all about kind of guesstimation and hoping things work out for us. Yeah, we orbit faster than the planet is going to spin. So we're there. Ooh, this might just... no, it's going to be past us. Yeah. Well, actually, we might get lucky. We might get really lucky here. Oh. Ooh. This is close. If we line up our apoapsis and periapsis. Okay, so we're just about... yeah, it's not quite... it's not quite there. It's close. It's so close. But no, it's off by 20 or 30 degrees. Pity. But now we just let it go around and hope it lines up again. Burp. Okay. And sometimes you get orbits that are just annoyingly the math works out to where it's like you orbit twice for one of the planet's rotations, so you'll always end up at the same relative places every 2 orbits. So that's kind of annoying. It looks like it's getting a little closer each second time, every second time we rotate around there. So hopefully this next one, it'll get there. Come on. Come on. Ooh, that just might be it. Yep, we're going to go for it this time. So, no maneuver planning, nothing fancy. Actually, and because I want to maneuver faster. Good, that guy is enabled, and we're facing prograde. Awesome. And we are coming up on our apoapsis in 3 minutes. We're going to time warp just a little closer to it. But I think, yes, apoapsis, periapsis, and that marker are going to line up pretty nicely. We're going to burn to about, or we're going to warp down to about there-ish. So again, prograde. And real quick save in case this is not the right time, but I think we're going to get lucky and do it here. Prograde, burn it up. Yeah, I think we're going to make it. I think this is going to be it. I think we got really lucky and only had to wait a few orbits. Only 2 days. It's not bad. Come on, come on. We're going for 286, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Hey, don't touch it. It thinks you're stable. Wait for it. Stability for 10 seconds, etc., etc. Done. Done. We have launched a satellite into a geostationary orbit around a prescribed position. So what do we get here? Yeah, we lost those guys. So completed a mission, or we completed that thing, so we got some monies, and then we lost those 2 parts because we didn't have the part count to do it. Cool. So again, while we're here, we can go ahead and try out the science to see what it'll let us do. Oh, nothing to do there. We can transmit the orbital telescope, and nothing to do with the material study because it's not worth anything out here. But stop it. Fine, keep it. Don't do anything. But it transmitted the orbital science. Log visual? High over Kerbin. Yeah, okay. Good. Nothing to do there. But we got, again, more science. We got a nice amount of science. I feel like there's more. Oh, that must be the debris. I feel like I did more science and got other things from somewhere else. Oh, well. So there you have it. Getting a satellite into a geostationary orbit. Boom. Like I said, we got kind of lucky with that working out as nicely as it did. If you were SpaceX or NASA, you could plan it much better, but we're not, so we don't. So we got a fair amount of money. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this. Yes, good. So let's look at mission control. Available. All. Collect science. Science data from space around Kerbin. Beautiful. This is easy. Watch. We accepted it. We can go to our smallest, dinkiest satellite. It doesn't matter if the science is worth anything or not. We can go to the orbiter probe. It doesn't matter if the science is actually worth anything when you transmit it, but the fact that you transmitted it gains you science. Or gains you money, I'm sorry. So, we can go to this guy. All we gotta do is just log, transmit. Doesn't matter what you transmit, as long as you transmit something. And boom! You got money. Free monies. That's beautiful, isn't it? 'Tis a thing of a beauty. So, back to the Space Center again. This is playing out much like it did last time. So good. It seems like once you get a satellite into geostationary orbit, that kind of is it's a landmark. It's a milestone. There it is, a milestone that you want to reach. So let's see. There should also be orbital satellites. No. Oh, that was interesting. Surveys. Nope. Nope. Let's see. Satellites. Ah, yes. You can adjust this orbit. We're going to do that again because, again, it's not going to... Let's take the same satellite. Orbiter probe Mark 1. Check. So we go back to it again. We just move it around and we get free money. So again, it's already got a lot of delta V on it. Let's see. And I didn't even look at what the orbit's going to be. It might be a higher orbit. That would be interesting. That's a bit more adjustment than it usually does. Usually you change the inclination a little bit. Okay, good. So we're back with this guy again. And, oh, it does. It wants us to change the apoapsis. That's easy. And we're already on the same. So, good. All we got to do is get to the periapsis and raise the apoapsis just a bit. So, prograde up to, come on, there, a little more, about there. 57 out of 1870. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Warp to next maneuver. T. Oh, come on. T. Prograde, which is going to be where the maneuver node is. Yes, awesome. A 1 second burn if we were to burn at full power, which we're not, because that just doesn't make... It's just, why? It gives you a little more control if you don't. So, good. And we can start burning up. And boom, there we are. We are matched with the orbit that it likes. Let it maintain stability for 10 seconds. Hands off everything. Done. And again, free money. Well, almost free money. So we just made 30,000 from simple missions like that. Oops, that's right. Here we go. Back to the... Come on, wake up. Space Center. Those missions are nice. They're bread and butter. They're a bit of a grind, but they're lucrative. And they're nice and simple. So, let's see what else we got. Did we upgrade the... We did upgrade the vehicle assembly building. Yes, we did. Good. So now we don't have a part limit count. Or we do, but it's 255. And basic or custom action groups are available. So, mission control again. What do we got? Satellites. Specific orbit of the moon, equatorial, and equatorial orbit of Kerbin. So satellite missions are, again, bread and butter. We're going to take both of these because they're fun. I can do these off camera without recording and talking to you guys, and I can make some money. It's the same type of thing where you just launch a satellite and get it into the place and make sure it has all the right parts on it. Satellite into a specific orbit of the moon. Oh, orbital survey of Eve. That's no fun. But next is a moon flyby. We can combine these. So, we're going to accept the moon flyby as well as the specific orbit of the moon. So there we have 6, yeah, a total of 6, oh, 4 contracts. Only 4 contracts, which is fine. We're not going to play with that yet. Scan set, no, not yet. Yes, so there we are, and that's what we'll take on for our next episode, a moon flyby with a probe. Oh yeah, we have some science though. We have a bit of science to spend. So let's see, general construction, maybe not that big a deal. Control stuff, ooh, more MechJeb stuff. RCS, Aviation, ooh, more aviation. I do want to eventually do some flying stuff, so we'll go ahead and take... we can't quite get everything. Construction is usually more useful. There's not actually any science here, so... we're just shy of it. I must have gotten more science from somewhere at some point. Anyway, I might also take a rover and do other sciencey bits around here, because I can. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like, hit subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, pass the word. I will catch you later.